Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So, today we are going to talk about the possibilities. What could happen concerning former President Donald J. Trump's run and the current situation that he finds himself in Georgia, and New York, and D.C., and, all over the place, kind of. And what happens as those things move forward, because it has prompted a number of questions. First, can Trump run if he's been indicted? Yeah, there's actually nothing stopping that. He can totally continue to run. And the impact an indictment might have on his base is fuzzy. We don't really know. There are signs because of things that have happened in the past with, the impeachments and the search and all of that stuff. He actually got kind of a bump in the polls among his base. So yeah, he might actually continue to run, and he might even do better during the primary for that. I think a more interesting question is what happens if he wins the primary and he is indicted before or indicted after and it goes to trial? I think that is a much more interesting question. Or what happens if he is able to delay a potential trial until, the general election, and how that plays out. Or, long shot here, but what if he's indicted and is scheduled to go to trial and then actually wins? What happens then? And the answer to these questions, we don't know. We have no idea. There isn't there's not a lot of historical precedent for what could occur, because this has never happened. This is definitely something new. Now, it's worth noting that if he was unsuccessful in delaying a trial, if he wins the primary and then ends up convicted, I'm not sure that the Republican Party can remove him. In most states, there's a cutoff period. And if they choose him, they're kind of stuck with him. There's a whole bunch of interesting scenarios. The most common question is, can he run under indictment? Yes, absolutely. But that's nothing in comparison to some of the other questions that arise from his current situation. Because there are scenarios in which, as long shot as they may be, picture a scenario in which Trump wins the general election, but is pending trial in Georgia or New York. There's wild scenarios. And then you have to look at the more likely possibility of him getting the nomination and then his legal troubles just becoming insurmountable, and then what the Republican Party can do then for their candidate. Because in a lot of states, once that nomination is made, that's kind of set in stone. They really can't do much. Now, in some of the states, maybe they change the law to allow a replacement candidate, or, it's wild. There are a lot of options, because most of the current options would require Trump to kind of bow out if that situation arose. And that seems really unlikely. That just doesn't seem like Trump. So if the witch hunts get him, I'm kind of eager to see how it plays out, because there's going to be a lot of maneuvering that we've never seen before, that the U.S. political system has never witnessed. One of those things, may you live in interesting times. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.